Hey guys, Lux here, and I want to talk about something that's almost here. The incredibly anticipated next OSRS League, Leagues 3 Shattered Relics, will be released January 19th, and since I will be participating, I decided to make a quick guide of what it is and what we know about it so far. So without further wait, let's get into it. So what is it? Leagues 3, as the name implies, is the third time-limited league to be released by the OSRS development team. Players will be limited to just a few weeks to complete tasks in order to generate points with unique boosted abilities, as well as having certain restrictions on their account. Unlike the previous leagues, instead of being locked out of certain areas of the game, you're going to be locked out of specific content such as gaining experience in specific skills and being able to kill certain bosses or participate in other activities like mini games until you unlock that content with your points. So there's going to be two point systems to be looking at here. So the first is going to be your actual league points, and then there's going to be a new point system called the Sage's Renown. Your league points will be used to rank the player into tiers, as well as be used as currency to buy your cosmetics for the main game. As of now, I'm pretty sure you will need to have certain league point thresholds to be able to unlock certain relics. Your Sage's Renown is used to unlock the skills and access to specific bosses. Certain and more useful skills or harder bosses will require more Sage's Renown to unlock. Unlike the first two leagues, there will not be any area restrictions within the Shattered Relics League. Instead, players will begin the league with most of their skills and ability to kill bosses locked, which they can then be unlocked using their Sage's Renown. There will be a 5 times multiplier for all experience gained, run energy will never deplete, and clue scrolls will be dropped as scroll boxes instead, so you can stack up your clues and do them one at a time that way. As you progress through the league, the experience rates will increase above the base 5 times multiplier also. So we're going to begin the league just outside of Catherby, where we will start dialogue with the new league's NPC called the Sage. You're going to start with only 4 skills available, and they're going to be defense, thieving, and fishing, and then a combat skill of your choice. Just like unlocking other skills, bosses are going to be locked behind Sage's Renown. A few minority of the bosses, such as the ones found walking around the wilderness, will be freely available just from the start. Quests are going to be interesting, because they can either be completed normally, or you can auto-complete them by spending your Sage's Renown on them. The difficulty of the quest is going to determine how much Renown it's going to cost to actually unlock them. Purchasing a quest through the Sage will void any of the XP that would normally be granted at the quest completion. However, if a quest is included within a league task, auto-completing that quest will also complete the task. As it stands now, we don't actually have the complete task list of what's going to be in this league, but it has been stated that all the tasks are going to be pulled from the list of tasks from the previous 2 leagues. So, relics, they're no longer just individual relics. They've been shattered into individual pieces that you're going to have to find throughout playing the game during various activities. The number of fragments that you can equip is going to be limited by the number of fragment slots that you have unlocked, with a maximum of 7 slots unlocked. You're going to have a special UI that's going to display your fragments and what fragments you have equipped, and while you have certain fragments equipped, they're going to be leveling up and gaining experience while you have them. You're going to be able to change and equip your fragments and mix and match and play around with whatever skill bonuses you're going to want from within the interface that will open up when you're within a bank. Some of the fragments contain set effects that provide unique methods of playing the game. Your set effects become active once the player has equipped enough fragments of the same set. Each set effect requires a varying amount of fragments, and there will be multiple tiers within each set, so you can level them up while you have them equipped. The cool thing here is you're going to be able to mix and match different fragments and get different set effects to be able to play the different content that you're doing. So if you're doing something like PVM, you can have more combat based set effects, or if you're skilling, you can have something that's going to benefit you there instead. And again, they're not going to be permanent, so you can switch in and out of your different set effects while you are at a bank. Since the whole game map is going to be available for you right from the start, and you only have just a few weeks to complete everything, we've been given Waystones in key locations that are going to allow us to quickly teleport around the world for free after we unlock them. So you first have to go to the waypoint, or the waystone, and once you click on it once, it's unlocked. So as you unlock all the waypoints in the different towns, you're going to be able to quickly travel between all of them. As of now, the waystones are going to be placed in Lumbridge, Falador, Varrock, Alcarid, Catherby, Ardoin, Brimhaven, Relica, the Ferox Enclave, Canifis, Prif, and Korend. So that's the main idea of this game mode. Let's go see what we're going to be able to do once we start. So here we are just outside of Catherby, and we should be starting right around here, and this section of rocks here is going to be where the sage is going to be. One of the first things you see when you enter Catherby is going to be the charter ships, and this is what the charter ship has to offer. Now you can't use a lot of this right at first until you unlock it. There is a fishing rod you can use, and then there's a lot of good glass blowing stuff, soda ash, seaweed, your glass blowing rod, and your sand. But you won't be able to craft it until you unlock it, but it's worth noting that it's here, and you might want to start stockpiling on it there too. And also it's good to note that you have tools for fletching and stuff like that. So you've got your knife, hammer, chisel, tinderbox. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to spawn with a tinderbox, but you'll be able to get one here. And then you've got buckets. The first shop here before you get to the bank is the candle maker. All he does sell is just candles. Just east of the bank here, there's going to be a cooking range and a man that you can pickpocket, and pickpocketing is one of the skills that's unlocked. If you're doing ranged or have fletching unlocked, right next to the range building, there's going to be the Hickton's Archery Emporium. There's some decent stuff in here, and then there's some studded chaps and stuff if you need that. The last building on the front strip here, that's probably the most important, is the fishing shop, because fishing is unlocked. And here you're going to get all your tools and fishing bait. Just east of the fishing shop, there's a whole bunch of fishing spots where you can come over here and fish, but you know, nothing here is locked, so you can travel to any fishing spot you want, but you can get all your stuff you need right here and go right there for easy convenience. Right behind the town, where most of my plants here are dead, is a farming shop and a bunch of farming patches here. So looking through here, here's all the stuff that's available at this shop. So overall, Catherby is not a bad spot to start. You can easily train your thieving and your fishing really quickly in this area, as well as if you wanted to go ranged, you've got the archery shop right over here. So once you thieve a bunch of these men and start getting your fishing levels up higher, you're going to be getting points just for fishing and thieving. And you can use those points to unlock some of the rest of your starting skills, and that's just how you're going to get started here. So that's my summary of the Shattered Relics, and I'm excited for it to begin. I'll begin to make a short video series, so subscribe for that content when it does come out. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time.